Hello and welcome to the day ahead. It's Tuesday, February the 18th. I'm Andrew Gagan. Well, the local share market is set for a positive opening with ASX futures up around 0.25%. US markets were closed on Monday for the President's Day holiday, while the S&P 500 and Nasdaq futures are up around 0.2%. In Europe, shares closed at a record high, with the Pan-European Stock 600 index rising 0.5%. Equities were led higher by defence stocks as investors priced in the likelihood of increased military spending in the region amid US calls to boost military spending for security. A gauge of defence and aerospace stocks surged almost 4% to an all-time high, having already more than doubled in value since Russia invaded Ukraine 3 years ago. Shares of defence companies such as Italy's Leonardo gained 8%, Sweden's Saab up 16%, and Britain's BAE Systems advancing 9%. While German conglomerate ThyssenKrupp, which is looking to spin off its warship division, soared almost 20% to its highest level in more than a year. Arms maker Rheinmetall surged 14%, also lifting Germany's benchmark index to an all-time high. Meanwhile, in China, President Xi Jinping has held a rare meeting with the country's tech sector entrepreneurs, such as Alibaba founder Jack Ma and the founder of DeepSeek, and urged them to show their talent and be confident in the power of China's model and market. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen has said the Commission will propose exempting defence from EU limits on government spending as President Trump exerts pressure on European members of NATO to finance the continent's own defence against a potential Russian attack. European leaders met in Paris for an emergency summit on Ukraine after US officials suggested Europe would have no role in any upcoming talks aimed at ending the conflict with Russia. In the US, Fed Reserve member Michelle Bowman has said monetary policy is now in a good place, saying given the current policy stance, I think that easier financial conditions from high equity prices over the past year may have slowed progress on disinflation. And fellow Fed member Patrick Harker has said economic growth remains resilient, while the labour market is in balance, saying these are reasons enough for holding the policy rate steady. Well, the Australian 3-year government bond yield has risen to 3.87%, while the 10-year is up to 4.49%. This as all eyes will be on the Reserve Bank today as it delivers its first policy decision of the year, with markets pricing in an 85% chance that it will cut its cash rate by 25 basis points to 4.1%. And ahead of the decision, the Aussie dollar slightly higher at 63.6 US cents. The US dollar index has little changed. And Bitcoin is trading around 96,000 US dollars. Oil prices have risen as an attack on infrastructure flows from Kazakhstan, while investors monitor developments of a possible ceasefire in Ukraine that could ease sanctions and increase global supplies. Brent crude futures up at $75 a barrel. Copper has weakened further, falling 1.4%, while iron ore is slightly lower at 106 US dollars a tonne, and the gold price has again breached the $2,900 level, to be up around 0.5%. Well, while the RBA decision will be the focus for investors today, there's also a raft of corporate results, including BHP, ARB, Challenger, Deterra Royalties, Dexus, HUD24, Mineral Resources, Reliance Worldwide, and Seek. That's your day ahead. See you again tomorrow.